After his mother passed away, a quiet and painful silence entered his life. A man named Ethan, who many believed came from an ordinary home, suddenly became the center of attention when a truth bigger than imagination came out. His mother, who everyone thought was just a simple woman selling small goods and living a humble life, was secretly one of the richest unknown women in the world, a hidden trillionaire. No one knew. Not even her only son, and not even the woman he married with full trust. Please keep watching, and I beg you politely, like this video and subscribe so you don't miss more gists like this. Let us continue. Before his mother died, there were always clues, small but strange. Men in suits visiting the house, letters stamped with international seals, calls from places he could not pronounce. Ethan was young, innocent, and full of trust. He never imagined that these signs were pointing to a massive secret locked away for years. He lived a normal life, thinking everything was simple. He married his sweetheart, Olivia. She smiled like sunshine, laughed like she would never leave him, held his hand like she would stay forever. He believed her. He loved her. He trusted her with all he had, though at that time, all he had was only hope. His mother's last words stayed in his head, words he did not fully understand until everything changed. She told him, "Son, when your life changes, choose people who choose you." At that time it sounded like a normal advice. But today, as I speak to you, it makes sense. Sometimes love is real. Sometimes loyalty is only strong when life is small. But when blessings come, true hearts show themselves. My people watching right now, please like this video and subscribe. Support this channel. I beg you politely so we can continue giving you real gist every day. After the burial, Ethan returned home with tears still drying on his face. Just 3 days later, men who looked like security and international bankers walked into his house with documents thicker than dictionaries. They sat him down and said things that almost made him fall off his chair. His mother owned massive real estate across states. She had investments in tech companies, foreign accounts, hidden trusts, offshore gold bonds, and secret holdings in global businesses. No media knew her name. No market listed her wealth. She was invisible, silent yet richer than some countries. Ethan became her heir. On that day, he became a trillionaire without knowing how to breathe like one. He looked at Olivia, his wife, expecting joy and support. But instead, her face changed slowly like a mask falling off. The woman who once sat with him on a couch, eating cheap noodles, now wanted diamond bracelets, luxury trips, grand houses, and more than he could emotionally give. She was no longer looking at Ethan, the man. She was staring at Ethan, the money. At night she stopped holding his hand. In the morning she barely greeted him. She started going out more, styling differently, talking differently, demanding more. Viewers watching right now, tell me in the comments if you were in Ethan's shoes, what would you do? And please don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss the continuation of this gist. I am telling you politely, support this channel so we can grow together. Then came the day that broke him. He came home early one afternoon and heard laughter from the living room. Not just any laughter, her laughter. And sitting there with her was his best friend since childhood, Daniel, a man he trusted like a brother. They talked in whispers that stopped when Ethan walked in, but eyes speak louder than lips. Something in the energy told him something was wrong. He ignored it at first, trying to believe everything was still okay, but deep down, a storm was rising quietly inside him. He asked himself, why is she different? Why does she smile more at him now? Why do they share secrets behind my back? 1 month later, Olivia asked for a divorce. No argument, no fight, just cold words like winter air. She said she felt trapped, said she needed freedom, said she wanted to find herself. But she wasn't searching for herself, she was searching for someone else. 2 weeks after the divorce, she married Daniel, his best friend, the same man who stood beside Ethan at his wedding day as his best man. Life is strange. Sometimes betrayal doesn't come from enemies, sometimes it sits beside us, smiling. Now my viewers, if you're still watching, please press like for me now, subscribe too, support this channel so I can always bring you gist like this daily. I beg politely, your support means everything. Let's go deeper into the gist. The world expected Ethan to break, and he did quietly. He felt pain that had no scream, heartbreak that had no sound. He had money but no peace, wealth but no warmth. Nights grew cold, days felt long. He sat alone in mansions so large they echoed his thoughts back at him. Many people think money solves everything, but Ethan learned something heavy. Money fills the wallet, not the heart. The love he wanted was gone. The two people he trusted most walked away with hands linked together. But life was not done with him. One evening, an old letter from his mother fell out of her Bible, like a message waiting for the right time. In the letter, she wrote that she lived quietly because wealth can attract wrong hearts. She had planned to tell him the truth when she felt he was ready, but time was shorter than she expected. She begged him to never let money define love. She asked him to help others, give freely, build lives, touch hearts, not just buy things. Those words woke something inside him. Ethan began traveling the country quietly, not as a rich man, but as a listener. He funded schools anonymously. He paid for surgeries for children he never met. He supported struggling families without showing his face. Slowly, he felt his heart returning. Slowly, he understood that blessings are sweetest when they are shared. Years passed, and the world still did not know his name, but thousands of lives changed because of him. Olivia and Daniel lived loudly, posting luxury trips, expensive cars, gold watches, private jets, but their happiness lasted like perfume, sweet at first but quick to fade. Arguments began. Scandals followed. Their marriage cracked under the weight of greed. One day, Olivia stood outside Ethan's gate with tears in her eyes, begging for another chance. She said she made a mistake. She said she missed the man who loved her before the money. But Ethan had already healed. He looked at her gently, without anger, without hatred, just peace. And he said softly, "Some roads, once walked, do not lead back." My viewers watching this right now, please don't leave without supporting this channel. I beg politely again, like this video, subscribe and turn on notifications. Let us grow this channel together. If you want me to continue this gist with a deeper ending, more detail about how Olivia reacted, how his life changed later, and the final twist of how Daniel's story ended, I can continue for you now. After Ethan's calm refusal, life moved forward, but not quietly. He focused on building a life that mattered beyond wealth. He started small businesses that created jobs, helped struggling communities, and quietly invested in ideas that made the world better. Every day he reminded himself of one lesson his mother wrote in her letter: "Money is a tool, not a life. Let love, loyalty, and kindness guide your steps." Meanwhile, Olivia and Daniel began to realize something they hadn't expected. Wealth alone does not create happiness. Their marriage, built on convenience and desire, started showing cracks. Arguments about money, jealousy, and control slowly replaced the laughter that once echoed in their luxurious homes. People watched their social media accounts, thinking they had it all, but the truth was different. Money could not buy loyalty. Money could not buy trust. And money certainly could not buy true love. Now, Ethan's life wasn't perfect. The pain of betrayal still lingered, but he discovered something more powerful than wealth or revenge: peace. He forgave Olivia, not for her, but for himself. Forgiveness freed him. It allowed him to move forward, to live a life that mattered, to embrace opportunities that weren't tied to greed. And in that journey, he met new people, friends who stayed, partners who supported, strangers who became like family. And here's something you need to hear, my viewers. The most important people in your life are not always the ones you expect. Sometimes, the person who leaves you opens space for someone better to enter. Sometimes, the person who betrays you teaches you your greatest lesson. And sometimes, the life you thought was ordinary is actually a hidden story of incredible potential. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Click the notification bell too, so you never miss stories like this one. I politely remind you, your support is everything. Years passed, and Ethan grew stronger. He expanded his philanthropic work, helped dozens of families build homes, funded scholarships for students, and created a foundation in his mother's honor. The man who was once heartbroken and betrayed became a symbol of quiet strength, proving that life's hardest moments can transform into life's greatest opportunities. And then came an unexpected twist. Olivia and Daniel, the people who once betrayed him, reached out not for reconciliation, but for help. Their empire, built on flashy wealth, began to crumble due to bad investments and mismanagement. Social media followers turned into critics, and the life they flaunted publicly fell apart quietly in private. Olivia begged Ethan for guidance, but he refused to return to the past. Instead, he offered advice anonymously, making sure their mistakes became lessons rather than spectacles. Now, Ethan lived quietly, wealthy beyond imagination, but richer in experience, understanding, and heart. He realized that true success wasn't about counting zeros in a bank account or flaunting luxury. True success was about loyalty, integrity, love, and the ability to rise even after betrayal. Here's something for all of you watching. If life ever betrays you, if people leave you, if heartbreak finds you, it doesn't mean the story is over. Sometimes, the best chapters come after the darkest moments. Ethan's story is proof. And I want you to promise me something. Please, like this video, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Let them hear this story too. Life is unpredictable, but kindness and wisdom can carry you through any storm. In the end, Ethan stood on a balcony of one of his many houses not to show wealth, but to reflect. He thought of his mother, who hid $1 trillion fortune not to boast, but to teach a lesson about responsibility, patience, and character. He thought of Olivia and Daniel, who once betrayed him but taught him strength. And he thought of himself, a man who survived loss, betrayal, and heartbreak, and became a man who could change lives quietly, yet powerfully. So, viewers, remember this: life will surprise you. People may leave, money may come and go, but the lessons you learn, the love you give, and the character you build, these are forever. And I ask you one last time, please like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so stories like this continue to reach people who need them. Ethan's story is over in this telling, but the lesson is just beginning. Choose wisely who you trust, cherish those who choose you, and never let wealth, power, or betrayal take your peace away.